So we are going to play Mask, and for once, I'm
all here. It's crazy.
Everyone, and in fact, not only is everyone here, but we even have a guest star.
The boy.
And that Sean is going to stay here and cause some chaos.
I stole my friends down in Canada. They're here.
Yep, they're in town. Jamie's in town. Everyone's where they need to. Where everyone's here, so we decided to do this. So I will set the scene very broadly. This version of Halcyon City is on an island in Lake Erie, not far from Toronto, on the border between Canada and the U.S. It is an independent state, basically, and as a result, there's a lot of stuff that goes on here that has to do with international diplomacy and that kind of stuff, because there is some place that isn't technically run by the thing. Because it lies between the U.S. and Canada, both the U.S. and Canada have a super heroic presence here in the form of some teams that are sort of representing, even though they don't have any specific extra legal authority. The U.S. group is called the Exemplars. And over on, for the Canadians, we have the Patriots, with a whole bunch of folks, mostly from Quebec. There's a few that aren't from Quebec. Notably, Legend isn't from Quebec, and Legend's from Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And his mother's actually French, as opposed to whatever the fuck that is. Anyway, we'll get to your guy in a little bit. You used to be part of the Patriots. You're an independent now because the Patriots are a little bit difficult for you to swallow in some circumstances.
I agree. I'm thinking, well,
that's not.
They're also like
First Nations, but sure.
First Nations. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Megantic is actually a reference to one of the districts. The city. It's currently winter in Lake Erie, which makes it snowy and terrible and cold. This is not a problem for you. When we last left our heroes, actually summarizing the last couple of weeks when we last left our heroes, I can just see previously on. And it's a shot of you two in the coffee shop saying, yeah, so I set a bomb that killed your dad. That's not exactly what you said, but that's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
I left a satchel bomb that exploded in front of the, what is it, the British Museum of Other People's Antiquities, or whatever it's called. And, that killed your dad. And then him leaving the thing, and then Cleona tapping on the window and holding up the sign saying, come out and talk to us or everybody dies.
Yeah.
The fight on the street with Felinus and Cleona, and Felinus getting tossed through a portal, and Liam coming back, and...
What sent Grant into the pond again?
Yeah, Dad.
And then Cleona in the middle of the fight doing the massive fear wave that went throughout the entire city. And Grant panicked and leapt into the frozen water and through the ice, freaked out, and then you went running after him.
And then Chrysalva saved him.
Chrysalva saved him, and then went off to
Park. You good?
I gotta go. Because there's another problem, and that was the fight with the fire and the fire guy in the park, in the amphitheater park. And also Calamity chasing after Felinus, where she had shunted him off to Kansas through a portal.
Failing miserably.
And trying to get him under control, and basically just going, okay, well, the Kansas didn't work. Let's just put him back in the city, and dropping him back into...
Like, let's just have someone else, maybe more better equipped to deal with him. This isn't working.
The last moment that we kind of had in Snapshot, Dal was curled up in kind of a sleepy recovery position next to the water of one of the canals with Grant, kind of covered in slime to keep both of them freezing. Liam had kind of wrapped Cleona up in metal, and the initiative had showed up. There's no Aegis, it's called the initiative. I think I told you about that crazy long acronym thing. They had shown up, and that was happening. And then you had been fighting Fireboy because him and this other random dude had gone after a display from Second Son and had been doing something to both Halo and Uriel.
Oh, yes.
And then you portaled back to that location.
No,
Felinus.
I had been fighting with them.
You had been fighting with them, but then you went after Felinus and brought him back from Kansas.
Right.
And
I had told you weren't, but I had told you to go after her, and then I'd be right back.
Somebody go take care of Dal and Grant. I'll be right back. I got to go to Kansas. I'll be right back.
And I did say, because right when I said I'd be right back, she sent an SOS message, right?
Yeah.
And I said, and then go to that.
her SOS message was help, 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 amphitheater, 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 amphitheater. All she had time for was one voice recognition thing before she had to continue fighting the guy and also rescue a moron who wanted to live stream the whole thing.
Very sad.
And interview her about whether or not she'd been, like, whether the fire guy was an ex. So, on the map, on roll 20 here, we have the amphitheater park. It doesn't look very accurate to me. Let's make it.
It needs to be more on fire.
Yeah, wait, hold on. We got that.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Great.
Now.
Wow, that was fast. Everything's on fire. Okay.
This is what happens when he goes. You get a nice arc of flame on the nearby buildings. The buildings were done correctly. The trees were basically just me taking MS Paint and going blah. If you just glance at it, it totally works.
I thought you did like a whole like fire like drawing.
I did the trees. I did the fire on the trees. I didn't do the fire on the buildings because the fire on the buildings was already there for the picture that I did. And don't look too close at the pond, because for me to get the pond into this picture, I literally just lassoed the pond from the other picture and slapped it in, and then color matched the snow, because all the snow in this picture is yellower because of all the firelight.
Lovely.
Anyway, so this is the thing. There's fire raging. There's fire growing in a lot of the areas around the park. A lot of the trees in the park are on fire. Why are you drawing more fire?
Because everything's on fire.
I think there should be. No, there's one direction where there isn't fire, because he was pretty much shooting the fire mostly at.
Fine.
Why do you keep adding fire? Stop.
What? She's
I think we're so much better than when we were remote. I'm so glad we all got to the same room. What a freaking chaotic nut. The smoke is thick in the air. Tell me about this memory that you have of when you were younger and the smell of campfire smoke. Because these are all evergreens and they're burning. And burning creosote makes you remember what?
So the kind of the we're reaching a point where we're like middle adolescence. So like 11, 12ish. She can't really remember. This is the we need to do like repairs, or we're building a new building. Again, she can't really remember what they went out into the woods for. We're in the forest, somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. We're high up in the mountains. It's set up somewhere. Some building needs to be repaired. Some new building needs to get built. Don't remember. But a big part of this is learning how to work. Because America is built on work. That's what we're always taught, is hard work, manual labor builds America. And you need to know how to work if you're going to survive here. Boys, girls, up to a certain age, everybody needs to know how to do some basic manual labor. So we're going into the forest. She remembers.
This is their logic on this thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's in the forest with her sister and a bunch of the other kids. They're all ages about 10 to 13. You don't really get the older teens there. And the head of the cult is there. He is the one who is facilitating this whole thing. You know, him and a couple other of the main leaders are doing like the actual chopping. The kids are really just doing a lot of carrying and, you know, bagging of stuff. There's a whole thing to it. It gets late into the night. The big old campfire is made. It's roaring with the smell of the burning, and all the kids are sitting around in a circle. They're having dinner. And one of the, you know, they're all just talking. They do their late night prayers. And, you know, they all sit down. And one of the kids sees in the fire, there's like a bunch of like, you know, a couple poker sticks in the fire. And somebody asks, she doesn't remember who, goes, "Oh, are we having marshmallows tonight?" He goes, "That is a great question, my child. That actually moves on to the next part of our night. America is not only built on, it's also built on honesty and truth of the people. And there is no one more honest than our Lord and Savior. So tonight we're going to do confession around the fire. Because fire, it cleanses us." And he goes up to the first child and he grabs them. He kind of like puts his hand on their shoulder. You can't see it she didn't see it until his hand was on her shoulder, but he's feeling for the pulse in her to tell it's not mine. Because we're just kids. if you're lying, your pulse is gonna quicken and gonna speed up. And he goes around everybody and he puts his hand on their shoulder and he goes, "Are you a sinner?" Some of the kids are no, moves on, and some of the kids say yes, and he moves on. And he gets to, and then a couple kids before, it's this little boy, one of the youngest of the group, and he goes, "Are you a sinner?" And he goes, "Sir," and he turns to one of his associates and he nods at him. He pulls one of the hookers out of the fire. And on the end is a tiny little cross.
We're going to stop there.
No, hold on. I wasn't going to go into detail.
Good.
No, of course. So when it finally gets to Valerie's turn, she knows what the sitch is. And she's freaking out. The other week, she saw this girl in the cult. She was like, "This is the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my entire life." She's been having all these kinds of confusing feelings. So when he finally gets to her, and he puts his hand on her shoulder, and he goes, "Are you a sinner?" She doesn't know what to say. And she clearly takes too long to answer. So later when she's in the tent with Verity, she's laying and they're both facing each other, and Verity's gone unscathed from this. And they lay next to each other, and she goes, "I don't want to be a sinner. I don't feel like a sinner. I feel like you would have some kind of weight in your heart, like you've done something bad. Like, when I do something bad, I know I've done something bad. And I don't feel like I've done something bad. Like, I don't want to be, he's right, though. He knows what he's talking about. He is our word from God. Verity, am I a sinner?" And that's all she remembers.
Oh, so we may want a religious trauma trigger warning for this episode.
Yeah, no shit. That's not a thumbs up.
Holy fuck.
Take a bow for blow.
Yeah. You're not so was that emotional enough for you to not
I didn't ask for emotional. I needed a flashback.
or bad, so I made it bad. She grew up in a cult, Dad. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, that was kind of on you.
That's fair. All right.
What am I rolling? Conditions?
You can roll your dice.
Yeah, roll your dice.
Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to get low, right?
You're rolling and you're adding your conditions. 2d6. Add your
It's been
conditions.
such a long time.
Oh, this is going to be a really fucking trigger warning episode.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've got some stuff too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Woo! Potential.
See, I'm so unscathed from all of this.
Yeah.
It all so deep. It doesn't hurt her to remember children being branded.
So, Verity?
Sister.
Verity says, yes. And you have a very clear thought in the back of your head, that's not what happened.
Whoa.
And then you kind of,
It's the spaceship again.
you focus back in to what's actually happening there because you literally zoned out of what's going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely feel that as you're coming back, you're having to fight your way back into focusing on what's going on in the park.
Okay.
You are fighting your way back into focusing on the park. I mean that literally, not emotionally. Something is resisting you regaining full consciousness in the park from your flashback.
Rude.
Yes. What are you doing?
Not trying to do that. What, like, is it like a mental thing? Is it physical? Like,
It doesn't. No, it's not physical.
Okay.
It feels like when you lay down for 2 minutes to take a quick little 20-minute nap, and you wake up 3 hours later, and the entire weight of the planet is on you, trying to resist you getting out of bed because like the nap destroyed you. It's like that, except you're literally in the middle of a fight for your life against a guy who can set an entire city on fire, and you really shouldn't be feeling like this. So it doesn't feel normal at all.
okay.
It also feels definitely in your head.
So I know what she's doing narratively, but what should I roll for? 'Cause I don't know.
Tell me what she's doing narratively.
So she's got this thing that she started learning how to do, which is she starts listing the things that she enjoys while being out in the world for the first time. So she started building this list when her and Verity first left the cult to remind herself why she left and the things that she was experiencing for the first time. So the smell right after it rains on concrete streets,
Okay.
a fresh snowfall, listening to kids playing in the park, watching a rock band, Like, she's just remembering, like, the stuff that she really enjoys about just living her own life, like the alarm clock going off in the morning.
And I feel like this is the answer of, like, how did you weather the take a powerful blow kind of thing.
So
She's
she's
coming
trying
back
to
to it.
ground herself in those things that she enjoys to more, like, she's trying to pull herself out of this bad memory. She thinks, if I can pull myself out of this bad memory, I can put myself in the present moment, and then I can start figuring out.
Someone is trying to put you back into the bad memory. Because you gave me an answer for how you're getting back out of it, which is great. And also, by the way, a mark potential because of the low roll.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Feeling that there's somebody literally physically trying to put you back in the box. What are you doing about that?
Are they here? Like, can I, like, try to focus on where that's coming from?
Sure.
Cool. I want to do that. Because I want to find where they are and punch them.
I'm going to say unleash your powers. If you look at, like, unleash your powers, you extend your senses. And that would tell you something. If you want to ask the questions on assess the situation, that's a superior role, and it's different. But that might be, because all extend your senses would be like, it's over there. It's this guy, whatever. Whereas assess the situation lets you go, who here is the greatest threat to me? Or
No, I kind of just, I think in this moment she's not being, like, all analytical. She's just like, where is bad thing?
okay.
And just using everything in her power to try to figure out where that is.
All right. So you...
So you just get a general sense, go towards it, and shake it till it stops.
Sure.
Fight or flight mode, baby.
Do you have any conditions right now?
No.
You don't. So roll and add your freak.
10. Plug on 11. Oh, shit.
Lovely.
Because I have a whole script.
I draw your attention to the map.
Zemet.
Thing. So now can I directly engage and just race towards this guy, just throw my body at him?
Absolutely.
Woo!
Right. Jamie,
Yes.
you portaled in here. Felinus threw himself to the side.
Mhm.
So whole place is on fire. This guy's here. Felinus is across the pond from you. Chris was kind of like just kind of almost reeling, and then kind of shook herself out of it and looked around and turned, and you see this kind of guy in the shadow underneath the trees kind of thing, and she's charging at him. What are you doing?
So, and I don't see anybody else yet.
Not yet.
She's charging at him.
Yeah, like kind of a couple of steps and
Okay.
then like
What's his name? Palinus?
who?
The guy, the Cantus guy. What's
Felinus.
Felinus? What's he doing?
He was busy growling because he didn't know where he was at. He is taking off down the street.
Can I assess the situation?
Yes. He is actually exiting the park
Ooh, I don't
at
like
full
that,
on
actually.
Winter Soldier sprint.
Okay, why? Why are you dipping, my friend? I don't trust you. Where are you going? Okay,
We're not done playing yet.
7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12.
You have any
Yo!
conditions?
Mm-mm. Well, yes, but not one set.
Have to do with this us.
Mhm.
All right. What's your questions?
Okay, how could we best done this quickly?
Oh, wow.
Period.
Everybody who, well, yeah, even you would have this. Everybody who's in Halcyon City has an app on their phone that's like a panic button thing that is like, I'm being attacked by a superhero, come help me. And
I'm not sure that is no problem.
it blasts like a,
to the Patriot.
well, everybody. Yeah, anybody who registers to be a part of that, well, assuming they've been approved by the initiative, like would get that thing.
Got it.
If you want to end this quickly, you flood the area with fucking capes.
Sweet.
Okay.
You could also try to portal them the hell away. Yeah, what's that?
Well, that didn't work the first time, so.
Now, if you do, like, decide to do something with Guardians to end this quickly, you can do, like, a provoke, basically, on all the supers and say, get your ass here.
Right.
Yeah.
I think my second question is, what here can I use to keep Felinus engaged on me? Like not causing damage to, like, trying to prevent, or what here?
Running. You
Sorry,
want focus on you.
What here can I use to minimize collateral damage? Besides all of the fire that's already there.
Portal looping him.
Okay.
There's a, like, basically drop a portal under him and then one way up in the sky and then basically get him in a loop so he can't you know, just you know, where the bottom one leads to the top one.
Yeah.
And
Just the
and he would definitely keep his focus on you because he would want to tear your fucking head off.
Right.
So yes.
Anger.
Because I
Best focuser.
Now that would give you basically I'm gonna say a +1 on like directly engaging him to take away his ability to leave.
Okay.
Something, you know, whatever. Something to that effect. He would take the condition extremely angry. He gets an extra one. It's just extremely.
have I already made him
He
angry?
has 5 conditions. They're all just angry.
Okay, well, wait. I guess I'm gonna directly engage him and put him.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, you could absolutely do it. So, what's your thing?
-1. Oh wait. I just assessed the situation. Can I also ask, what does the future know about this?
Oh yeah. What does the future? Oh, really? What does the future know about this moment?
Lore. And I get a +1 on going to act on the answers.
Someone pivotal to the events in the future arrives in the city as part of the events in this. Like this is their first known appearance. This event is the first known appearance of somebody that's pivotal to the history, to the future that you're aware of. You've got initiative agents around you, bringing you all this kind of stuff. Right now, Agent Delaney is like talking. It's like that sound from the Peanuts when the adults are talking, except with an Irish accent. And several of the sort of rank and file initiative people are like trying to figure out how to get Cleona like rolled up and stood upright and stuff like that. And she's dealing with some shit because she had like some bounce back from everything and shit because you are locked in this thing.
Taste your own medicine.
What was the prompt that I gave you?
It was about fear. Sorry. A moment the two of us bonded, either revealing her fear or how she made some of my fear go away.
So you're seeing this kind of in the back, and you're not focusing on what Delaney is saying because you're because you're seeing her in this completely vulnerable situation and being manhandled by the initiative agents. And you know what makes me happy about renaming it the initiative? I don't have to say agents. Makes me very happy.
I don't like it. I'm confused all the time.
So you're seeing them here, you know, trying to get her moved. And the problem is, yeah, one of them's like, there's a point at which you're kind of looking at that, and she's talking, and they're like, can you kind of take this thing off? No. And you just have to, yeah, because you can. If you do,
Literally can.
yeah.
You know how long it took to get that thing on?
Anyway, so what's this flat? What are we seeing you remember?
So after becoming supers or getting powers,
Yeah, getting that.
so the first time we went on a mission, we went in way too confident, way undertrained. We caught our asses handed to us. Both me and
Leona?
were captured by reps.
Okay.
Put in a cell, a concrete room. Their mistake, a little bit, you know that like the wiring they have over top of lights, like the long. I use it, and I start chipping away at the wall. I make a little hole. I start like calling. I see there's another room. I start calling into it to see something in there. And it's Cleona losing her mind. She's terrified, and she just reaches her hand through the
Oh,
and I grab her.
Kind of scrambling for some kind of.
And I grab her hand, and as soon as I make contact, she doesn't say anything. I just get this intense fear of being trapped, of being confined, like flashes of her locked in a basement or locked in a small cupboard.
That is the exact same look you see in her eyes, and like rolling her back.
oh, you're an evil man. You're an evil bad man. Hey, Rokin.
And just hold her hand until
Next time you go and say something.
Please go hold her hand.
until
Like
eventually
this with her.
busted out by
Be us.
Son?
so eventually busted out by the Aaron.
Oh, so you guys didn't even escape on your own. You had to be rescued. Oh my God.
In this moment when she's like down there like that and she's giving you that same, she's not really even, she's not purposely giving you that look. She has that look, and you can say when she's randomly meeting your eyes as they're rolling around, what do you do anything?
I really wanted to walk past, move just enough metal away from her hand so I could build it.
You want to? Do you do that?
I want to, actually, yeah. At least as long as no one tries to stop.
Stop it. My kind of heart.
And the suddenly, don't stop it.
What's that?
If you said Agent Delaney can suck it.
No, I'm not doing this to you guys. You guys aren't going to do this. I would never do this.
No, that's like, we give these guys harmless prompts about camping and about, loosening each other's fear, like really making yourself feel better. And we just give him back people's
I was like going like, but she really likes making s'mores and like roasting marshmallows. Maybe it's going to be that. And you're like, maybe we're going to find out that she's really good at like making you feel bad when you feel like shit. Like, it could have been all upsy-daisy stuff. Okay.
Well, we're like,
I kind of put Brooklyn in a box. Hers is just generally going to be kind of, like, sad. But
okay, but where her character just came from,
that's fair.
the news she just heard, and then with Grant.
Yeah, to be fair. Okay, so you go over and do this, really. And the guys are like, is that, you're going to be able to, what are you, and Delaney comes over, really quiet, so she's doing, like, she comes over and she's doing this, and she's kind of like this, and she's like, this is going to be really hard to explain. What are you doing? You need to step back.
Yeah.
What do you say back? Do you say anything back to her? Or you just ignore her and kind of, like...
Ignore her, just shake my head. And just,
like, I'm not a monster.
like, quietly just say, I'm sorry.
What? Oh, it's so bad. I'm gonna cry. What the fuck?
Okay.
They were friends.
I would like you to roll a provoke. Actually, do you have any conditions? Right? You almost never do.
No conditions.
All right. So that's rolling superior. So it's probably not going to be. I would like you to roll a provoke on Delaney because I want to see from this whether you basically force her hand into backing your play or if she's just busy being mad at you. Okay? Because it's possible that she's just going to...
Do you have influence over Delaney?
Okay. Yeah, Delaney is a tough nut to crack, and we haven't put a lot of effort in trying to get influence over her, which is fine.
You could get influence from me.
You could get influence over her. You need to defend her from something. I'm going to work on that real quick. But right now, roll and add your superior.
Nice.
That's not bad.
That's 9.
But I -1.
Oh, it's -1. Well,
It's gonna be horrible, but it's deliciously horrible.
They overreact. Okay. I need to know if you make the directly engage against Felinas.
oh no.
So roll that real quick for me. What's your danger? -1?
-1.
-1?
-1.
We're gonna learn how that mass snap works now.
Well, seeing as every other directly engage I did last session failed.
It's like a 2.
Yeah. It's okay.
You're owed your dues.
I'd let you your. Yeah, that'll really help. I mean, that was oh, like 7.
-1.
Oh, that's a fail, my queen. Mark potential. No, mark potential. Stop crying. To mark potential.
I really wanted to.
And welcome to the house.
Hey, look at this. You're getting good there.
So much.
All right, so yeah, you drop the portal, and it's really perfectly placed. The problem is he's getting your time in, and he is so hyper aware of this portal because it's been pissing him off so much that he basically broad jumps it. What he does is he looks like he's going to broad jump it. He also throws it because you are also ready for him. So you put in the portal, and he goes to broad jump, and you're like, I'm going to get you, bitch. And you throw the next one out where he's going to land, but he throws himself sideways because he's expecting the second one. There's a little, I'm going to give you just a little, this is where your potential comes in because you are enough of a pain in the ass that he's figuring out tactics specifically for your tactics, not just your powers, but the extra annoying shit that you do. He's already working on that. The problem is, he's like an angry Captain America. He's literally Buck.
I know. He's annoying.
Sorry.
He's very annoying.
Okay. But Bucky is a Winter Soldier. So yeah. Anyway,
I
so
thought you were gonna be like, oh, he's so aggravated because that's where I'm at right now.
No, Jamie, other people think people are hot.
so
It's mad weird.
okay. So you hear she's just like, and then she just growls out, "Put them both in the van!" And like, these guys with the suits are coming in there. All of this shit is happening. You take him right down in your thing, or right on your influence list.
It's gonna be such bad media coverage.
Please. Wait, does this mean you're getting arrested right
I
now?
don't have influence over
Again?
agent.
Don't worry. I have experience. I can break you out.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
We're going to get, yeah. So you have influence over Agent Delaney.
Sorry.
There's like 5 or 6 dudes. And all of this is, tell me broadly speaking, how you're resisting. Are you actually doing anything to them, or are you just making it very difficult for them to move you and or separate you from
I think I've just planted myself. Maybe I've covered both their hands with metal.
Oh!
And I've just planted myself, but I'm not gonna.
I'm giving you an opportunity later to use what the hell hero, so just keep that in mind because that's an option on your table.
So hot.
Caring for women?
Well,
I'm so confused by where that came from. And like, what?
so there's like a pretty good, there's basically the squad is around you. It's 2 of them. And he's not even fighting back. I'm pretty sure you can. And then one of the guys that's moving forward with like the stun batons goes flying into the air like a pinwheel.
Dude, I didn't do that.
And other guys are just, they're not exactly screaming. They're just making noises. Like if you punched, you know the rubber chickens that you squeeze and a couple of them are doing that in the back. That's what happens when Felinus hits a group of dudes that aren't ready for it.
I'm sorry. I tried. I really tried. We had a whole thing in Kansas, and then here, he's one slippery motherfucker, okay?
So you're doing the whole portal thing, and Chris is going for, okay.
Chris is on.
This is charging the guy. Fire dude says his first lines of the last 3 episodes when he says, "You don't get to ignore me."
Ah, this motherfucker.
And he gets ready to unleash. You've seen what he does.
Yeah, big fire hand.
He has an emotional breakdown.
Please get someone here.
I'm here.
Yes, you're about to do it.
Oh, shoot.
So go back to the map. This dude, she's moving. Okay, so she's moving towards the dude.
Help. Water? Fire? Help.
He,
Go up.
he's about to be. Okay, so the visual. Look at me for a second. The visual that I gave for this guy is the second season of Vox Machina when the dragon cores the city in the first episode.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like whenever he uses his power. Okay, he's about to do that at Chris, and she's not paying attention.
I hate Chris.
The one with the wings. So the girl with the wings that look like they're made out of stained glass is charging towards this other dude, and Fire Guy is like yelling something about "you don't get to ignore me." You roll for your burn.
But he's not.
So you roll and add your conditions, and that tells you how much burn is.
I don't have any conditions right now.
Nope. So you just roll.
But I'm failing as an Nova.
All right.
Wait, you're an Nova?
Well, roll your dice, and that's not.
Yeah.
So right up here is how the burn.
Yeah, so, sure.
I see.
Well, you got to roll to give your burn. So you power up, basically go and load up your burn.
Plus 0 conditions is gonna be great. You got this. I believe in you. Start the chaos. Yes.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Yo.
So burn is really, this is a mechanic that only this playbook has.
Well,
You-
hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions.
So when you power up, you roll and you add your conditions. Okay. This is why I'm saying Nova's always. This is why you should never trust Jamie's read on whether or not it's okay to have conditions, because she was a Nova before she was anything else, and she was a Nova for 4 years.
And so I cycled through conditions like.
Yeah.
Things you're not emotionally
So think about the things that you still want to be good at. You don't want to be
Angry
you-
first. And that's the only
You
thing
can be
that
afraid
paid.
because you're probably not going to directly engage, right?
She's good at
still thinking through the eyes of.
Don't do guilty, or do guilty rather, because you're not going to provoke
big
people.
trigger.
And take angry. Afraid, angry, guilty.
Wait, you're not going to
So that way you're still good at unleashing your powers and defending. All right. So the way this works, when I was going to explain this, the way the Nova works is you can make your Usually a freak's really high anyway, and you really kind of lean into this. You don't really have any moves. There aren't any moves in the sheet. There's only flares that you get to do. And to do these things, you have to power up. So you go, and you roll, and you're at your conditions. And if you get a 10 or higher, you get 3 burn. 3 burn. Use to activate your flares. And the flares are things like automatically take a 10 on unleash your powers.
And cause unwanted collateral.
Oh, it's damage.
Use 2 burn to automatically take a 10 and not burn everything down.
Which is a waste of time. No.
So
I don't know
if you get a 10 or higher, you get 3 a burn.
Now you can
if you get a 7 to 9, you get 1 burn. If you get a 6 or lower, you get 2 burn, and you take 3 conditions.
Because it's basically saying, I see, you don't have enough conditions. Here's some conditions for you.
The no button is absolutely, insanely, stupidly, ridiculously powerful, and they cannot remotely control.
Yeah, if you are not getting all 5 conditions within a session, consistently, you're doing
it. It was probably a roleplay session.
I'm going to shield. Oh wait, I'm going to shield Miss. I'm going to shield Miss Swingy here.
Okay, what?
Swingy?
Read me shield. Read them shield.
You call up a fast protective field to stop a danger.
What?
Spend 1 burn to defend someone else from an immediate threat. Rolling freaking send savior. On a 3 left shield for that defense.
So basically, he throws a water wall around.
Wait, I want to
off, like behind me, or like puts me in a bubble.
It's a shield, so probably between you and the fire. Go ahead and roll and add your freak. You still get a 7.
8, 9. Well, what if?
Yes. That gets you up to an 8. Your freak is a 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So defend. All right. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, ropeless, in this case freak, you keep them safe and choose 1 on the 7 and 9. You expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Are you exposing yourself to danger or escalating the situation? Escalate the situation for me, would you?
Please don't. All right. Here. What did I think? I'm an NPC. I abide by the rulings of the DM.
Okay.
Brother.
Okay. So escalating the situation.
Also, always escalate. That's the go-to rule. You just always escalate.
So what I'm seeing with this fire guy is a candle that needs to be put out with the hand. So I'm going to make a water hand and I'm gonna put out the candle. Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
Did say that.
I'm not. That's probably not snatch.
Oh,
We need to try
It is. Look, hang on. I'm just looking.
I didn't read Snatch.
You need to charge up.
Come here, little guy.
I tell you what. I need you to roll your burn one more time. You should overcharge. If you want to change, like you want to.
I'm not talking,
I
buddy.
need you to charge.
No, that
Add your conditions.
was 3.
See, now you see.
I think
That's not Pittsburgh.
that was so way to look. 11.
Where are you pulling the water in from? I'm trying to. This is going to be such a pain in the ass to ever. So he comes in, and he's basically like coming in, kind of scoops up a bunch of snow and just converts it to water and throws up the shield around you. All right, that basically evaporates, and he's pouring so much into that you see him like, because that's a lot of fire. In fact, some of the conditions are probably from the fact. The thing is, you're close enough to her, and the way his fire works, you're probably taking some of the heat from his blast, even like not as a direct hit, but just because you're near it. Okay, so that's where the conditions go, and you're like, okay, I would need a little bit more for that asshole, and he basically pulls the entire pond around him like Katara. He did another one of the
I gotta do the glove.
power-ups. The what's it called? Just doing burn. And you roll again. Now he's got 3 conditions. Now it's easy to roll a 10. Now I rolled a damn 11.
I think I would.
All right, so
you
put the most of the water from the pond around you to get ready to do some proper flame snuffing. Take a powerful blow. Roll those conditions.
Hey, no, this is how you can get even more conditioning.
Yeah, but I don't. 5 is bad.
No, it's not.
6 is bad.
6 is 5 is great. But 5
has a number of conditions.
Yes.
yeah, but it's a sweet spot.
It's when you need to take 6s.
I wouldn't call it a sweet.
So roll on edge of conditions.
I disagree.
5.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
I rolled that.
So mark 2. You should be up to having marked 2 different potentials.
You guys fight over the
Tell me. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to tell me. The ground where you are shatters.
What?
10, 15 feet around you in all directions. The ground around you just...
Don't tell me there's another guy.
How would you
I don't like that he didn't answer.
remain unaffected by this? Like, because it should have buried you.
Go up using the excess water.
So you basically just rise.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ground starts to go and you're like, nope. And then you just kind of flow water up and follow it up into the air.
Like the Minecraft, like, column.
And you T-pose the entire way up. Okay. And you hear somebody curse from, like, up on a building.
Same.
A little bit, like, away. It's, pretty blonde thing.
The earthquake hated that.
The one that you were, like, glomming on.
Oh, yeah, the
troubles.
Earthquake.
No.
Girl.
Earthquake.
Well, why are so many of them here right now? What are you doing here? I mean, we're on.
That cell starts with the
Means
Peter.
blank slate.
No, does it?
That's what she does to edifices owned by the establishment of the British government.
Oh, is that what she thinks she's doing?
If you look at her picture, there's a lot of ruined buildings. Hi.
Hi. I'm sitting with my frog.
The rumble in the earth wakes you up as you're like, because the vibration of the phone sure as fuck wasn't doing it.
Oh, no.
What wakes you up is this memory.
Yeah.
Of the time when you realized that maybe you need Grant more than Grant needs you.
Oh, yeah.
You gave her?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh my God.
Sometimes a love hurts. You know?
Are you ready for it?
Sometimes you have to hurt the ones you love, and I'm loving you all to pieces today.
You evolved. Right. Okay. Oh God. I have like a whole.
Oh my God.
God, she's got a solo chart.
It's not just like one singular moment.
No.
It's a bunch of like, cause I've had Grant for about, or Dal's had Grant for about 7 years. Going on 7 years. So she's been through some stuff with him.
This is before he was a big guy.
Yeah, this is before he was a big guy.
Okay.
She got Grant kind of just before her dad died. And after her dad died, her mom had to handle the logistics of the funeral, and she tended to disappear with a lot of like work coworkers and stuff. She worked with her husband and everything, and she had to deal with all of his work once he passed away. So Dal was left to take care of her little brother, who was like 16 months old. And she was 12 at the time, so she was like, what
Spaghetti for dinner?
what do I do? And she also had this like little frog, and at this time Grant was baby. Grant was itty bitty. So baby human plus baby frog equals amusements, happiness. He amused him by blowing little snot bubbles to get Johnny, which is her younger brother, to stop crying. And when she was like trying to figure out like what to feed him, like Grant would like hop over to like the formula bottles and like show her the instructions. And like
he's always been kind of a smart guy.
Yeah, he's been a smart guy. Second memory flashes, she's sitting down at her desk and she's just like, ugh. And she's stuck on like math problems, and he would like grab little like sticks and stones and like draw with slime on her desk to help her with math, and
which she probably didn't realize he was doing, but like
It makes sense.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my God, he helped me with math, he helped me with my little brother. He helped her with like coming up with an idea for one of her writing assignments that ended up like winning her like an award at her school.
He's always been a weird fraud.
With inconsistent parenting and friendships, he was a constant presence, a reliable beacon of support through it all. This is where we get the hurt trigger warning. A little bit of
That was so sweet.
A little bit of essay. The
Oh no.
So he was there when the girl she was dating cheated on her, and he would lay on her chest like as she sobbed. He was there every night. She came home from gymnastics practice and helped her like with her blisters and like helped her like get them sorted. Also there when she came home from gymnastics practice later than normal with tears falling, wrist bruised, and a new fear for her male coach.
Why is this world pain?
I feed him and water him, but he gives me a reason to keep trying. He is my teacher, my support, protection, but most of all, Grant is my best friend. I need him. And then she wakes up.
Okay, so first of all, that was heart-wrenching. Second of all, it's a frog.
Why do we care about this frog? Damn it.
I can't help but care, so I'm just gonna like you. What the fuck? Guys, I think we all need therapy.
Yeah. What do you mean this was therapy?
I listen to like 3 podcasts, and their recurring joke that's not super funny is role-playing is our therapy because we can afford role-playing.
Like, do you have religious trauma?
No, that's what's weird, honestly.
Yes, is the fascination.
You have no background for like channeling religious trauma. That's what's wild to me. There's a whole lot of situations. Okay, so as you're waking up, Grant is basically nudging you and like, they're all in trouble. We have to go. It's time to superhero. I'm going to have you take a powerful blow from all of that flash, and then Grant being the one that wants to get you back into the game here.
Yes.
Yeah, you roll and just as one to whatever. This is how we do it when we're not on the game.
Oh. Yikes. That's where all the trauma comes in.
Okay, so for take a powerful blow, when you roll it bloody 10 or 11 or whatever that was.
It's 11.
You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. That'll be a lot for you to deal with. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or you take 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Can I look?
Yes, you can absolutely. You can look at that as you're dealing with all this stuff and sobbing on the Grant. You're sobbing on the Grant and hugging him, and at the same time he's like, "This is nice, but we've got to go." This is like dealing with Olaf. Yeah. This is nice, but we've got to go. They're all in trouble, and the ground is shaking.
There's vague sounds of.
I would love to cause chaos.
Yes.
I'm going to lose control of myself
and my powers
in a
terrible way. Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can look at this particular thing. One of them, if you're like a Nova, you lose control, like you totally like Jean Grey Phoenix out and like level a city. You could also lose control of your powers in the sense that you don't have control over them and they do things that like they're just they kind of skitter out of your control and do more as much to you as you do to them. Megantic.
Me.
You have this move that you were planning on doing with him.
Yep.
Okay. As you're about to unleash the candle snuffage.
Yes.
Okay. Your sense, because this thing, you might not always be a Nova. You might not, in other circumstances, in other environments, be at the power level of being a Nova. But you are surrounded by several massive bodies of water, some of which are far more dangerous than anybody expects them to be. You are surrounded by a massive preponderance of the element that gives you your strength.
Yep. You like
something is coming up out of the lake that should never be coming up out of the lake.
Whale.
Someone is bringing something up out of the lake that really should not be brought up out of the lake, and certainly not brought up into the city. You should probably you should probably try to fix that. It's incredibly important that you deal with that, because if you don't, is a good chance that the entire city is going to be underwater up to about 2 feet short of Victory Mesa.
Oh God! This time they brought the Kraken back to him, but they never saw.
Why did they always bring back the Kraken?
And it never worked.
What do? You can tell where it's centered, and you know which direction you need to go there.
On one hand,
Candle snuffage. On the other hand, save the entire city from destruction.
I gotta work fast.
You have 4 burn.
I'm still here.
Yep.
You're not leaving
Chris completely
alone. I'm chilling, right? So okay, you're doing fine, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'll be right back. Just bring back the damn Kraken, and I am going to move.
The 1-point version or the 2-point version?
2-point version.
All right. The 1-point version is tearing off down the street on a wave of water. The 2-point version is he pours all the water back into the pond, sinks into it, and comes back out of the canal over where you are. Elsewhere.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
We're going to get back to you in a second because, yeah, you just became the largest threat to deal with. Or rather...
Wait, what was your... What? He's got a frog and suddenly
she's got a thing where the frog can summon a horde of things, a horde of tiny versions of himself, like a horde of frogs.
He can have a bunch of babies.
Oh my God, I'm dumb.
But she just lost control, and lost control means Frogomod.
Okay.
All right, Belinus is coming. There's like 6 guys between him and you. Cleona is surrounded in a lot of metal that you can use to deal with Belinus, but problems there. What's that? There is a ball.
I want to bring down the bat on him.
Okay. Directly engage, I guess. Yeah, danger.
I'm not in it yet. They couldn't move us, I thought.
No, they've been struggling to try to move you. You're not in the van yet. They've been trying. Okay, so you don't have afraid?
No, I don't.
Okay, so yeah, you're in enemy conditions. I really failing in this regard.
I have the thing where I just to break things, and then I get clear conditions.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you a bowl or something?
Although the break condition, it's like, or it's not break things necessarily. The blowing off steam is to commit a misdemeanor or small victimless crime.
Yeah, if he does a small victimless crime, he gets to get rid of a condition. He usually does that by breaking random, like vandalizing.
Usually the most expensive car I could find.
Okay, so yeah, directly engage on Belinus and drop a ban on like a big.
That's 5, 8.
8? Okay, so
Your danger's a +3. God damn.
What's your what was that move that you just did though? The bull in the china shop.
Oh, that means no matter what, I get to choose 2.
What's the conditions to cause the move to happen?
I have to break something.
I mean, you're about to. You ruined a branded Ford Transit van, so yes, probably. So you ruined the Ford Transit van. You got us at 8. So you get to pick 2 options because you broke the van. So from your options, maybe resist or avoid their blows. I would highly recommend that. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Super useful. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Well, yeah. At first, definitely want to resist blows.
Yeah. Opportunity for allies is
That's blow. Where?
Yeah, I want to create opportunity for allies.
okay.
Yeah.
I am going to give you an ally to create an opportunity for. You have the wiki open.
Yes, I do.
Take a look at the Patriots. And so you drop the van on top of him, and first of all, like it stays for a second and it starts to tip. So it's upright. It's like basically you opened it, like you got it up in the air and opened up the back end and dropped it on him like a box.
Yeah.
Remember the old mousetrap? Anyway, just poof on top of it, and it starts to tip pretty quick, and you're starting to push back down, and then a dude lands on the nose of the truck and drives it about half a foot into the legend.
He's gonna do the thing.
He lands on top, like basically the nose of the thing, and just crunches the vehicle down, looks around, looks back at you guys like, yes, y'all doing as you're weak. Takes the hammer and just...
It's like the girl speaking Japanese in a southern accent. The way he speaks French is just so American.
Well, he also said y'all in the middle of it. He said y'all doing. It was French and English. He can piss off 2 different countries at the same time. And that's sort of his hobby.
What did he say in French?
Qu'est-ce que y'all doing, Azure we?
How are you today?
Qu'est-ce que say, qu'est-ce que...
How are you doing?
Aujourd'hui is just today.
Yeah.
So qu'est-ce que c'est would be, how are you doing? Or how are you? And he threw in y'all doing in the middle of it to kind of turn it into, how the heck are y'all doing today?
How old is Legend?
Or am I adding too much?
30?
It's been a while. 30s?
Yeah.
You can hit that. Oh my god.
I mean,
Correction. You should hit that. Hey, you immediately let go of whatever name band.
no.
Oh, sailor. Better now that you're here.
So he's there. You've created an opportunity for your allies, and he's countersinking the van into the pavement.
Yeah. Yes. He is Legend, for real.
You legitimately hear Delaney go, oh, fuck.
Oh, what my dog. They seem a compatible.
I like how you immediately ship Legend with literally everybody.
Why?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Chris, you need to roll directly engage against...
Directly engage a threat, roll plus danger. On a hit, trade blows. We trade blows. On a 7-9, pick one. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Surprise or frighten the opposition. I'm going to resist or avoid.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to get clocked.
I don't think... I'm going to say, let's frame
Or
this
I
up.
can create an opportunity.
You don't want to be in you don't want to be in hand-to-hand with David. He will...
His name is David.
He will ruin all of your future days. Where you are right now, though, you could range him. How would you range him? I'm giving you an opportunity here to be fucking cool with your wings.
I am. I'm thinking about it. Ooh. I have an idea, and I kind of like it. I think what she's gonna try to do is she's gonna, kind of, real quick and, slow her momentum while also twisting her wings, and using that force, she's just gonna fire off the bottom row of her, wings. Yeah, her feathers. And, just send a
wrist snap them at it.
Yeah, kind of just nice.
You were charging, but then the fire blast, the shield, and you're like, you know what, lit it up. And
yeah. And so that's just going to be she has to think a little bit harder about it, because again, she has to think of them being less like feathers and more like detached heavy metal knife things.
Shards of glass, which is what they look like.
Yes. So she has to reimagine, and that makes things complicated. She just has to think a lot harder about it, and then also regrow them so that her wings work again.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated.
Yeah. So these things fly out, and they're just, first of all, they're gorgeous because they look like cut stained glass. They still look gorgeous as they thunk into the tree, the ground, the building behind the tree. David is backpedaling, wheeling, just scrambling. You don't know that his name is David. I'm just telling you because I need something to reference this guy with. But he is backpedaling and scrambling and stuff and trying to keep the tree between him and you as he literally just hauls ass pell-mell out of the square and trying to keep the tree between you and him.
If you wanted to know my trauma, you could have just asked.
Shit.
You hear somebody over it, not that far away, go, and somebody's filming you. It's the dude from the snowbank.
Fucking motherfucker.
You were happy until it was him?
Yes. Because that means I dropped him and he immediately came back.
He pauses so snappy.
You would too. Wait, so there's the fire one, there's the David, and there's the Earth Girl all in this area, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, David is fleeing at this point in time. And Kieran's fleeing. Having bad guys flee from you. That sounds nice. I'd like that to happen.
You gotta catch them all.
Up out of the water. You find yourself emerging from a canal, one of the many canals that wander through the city, next to a girl a couple years younger than you, next to a very large frog, and the girl is having you're going to guess, panic attack that the frog is channeling into a Frogamoth summoning signal.
I think in character, the only reason I am describing it in my head as Frogamoth is because I have played D&D. This character has played D&D.
Okay.
Thanks, Lord. I just
Megantic spent some time
doing this weird.
I always play sorcerer.
Yeah. I like that. Grant's river, and it's
going out and shaking buildings.
But there's also an energy pulse. Something is coming up to respond to his call, and it be big. She doesn't realize what she's doing because she is having a full-on PTSD, freak out, shaking, sweating, crying, panic attack, and the frog is responding to this. I'm giving you some stuff here that you're picking up as a water guy, and he's a amphibian, and she's tied into that. He's responding to that by bringing in the scariest fucking thing he can to protect her. The problem is, if that thing comes up out of the lake, the wash of that thing emerging will...
Fuck is in the lake? This is canon.
Okay.
There's a kraken in the lake.
This is canon?
So you know this,
Decided it's
like,
canon?
what is it, the Loch Ness Monster? This is what the sightings have been in our lake. I see.
Can I use some burn to do a therapy? I would like to do therapy, actually. Right. I feel like that should be the name of the episode. Can I use a bird to give therapy? Oh my god. Oh, it's like the thing from the lake in Lord of the Rings.
Sort of, but more froggy? Sure. I'm not saying that's canon what it is. I'm just giving you an idea of just that. But now imagine that there's like, that the shadow is like the little ridges and stuff down here are like buildings. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm going to keep bringing kaiju to the city. This is just shit that happened. You can absolutely comfort and support and try to snap her out of it, but you can also just try to put the Froggermoth to sleep. You could moat the city.
Damn you, I'm bringing this. I'll probably spend quite a bit of burn on that, but I do have. Actually, I don't have reality storm as far as everyone else is concerned. Shielding, moat, move, overcharge, elemental awareness, and snatch.
So a couple options that you could do would be moat and basically throw a moat around somehow solidifying the water so it can't come. You could overcharge, full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, and extend your senses. You could, it's 2 burn. You take a +10 when unleashing your powers. You could, like, freeze the lake thick enough that this thing can't easily get to the island. You could try comforting and supporting her and try to snap her out of it.
But I'm angry because I don't get to fight like the guy. And
Oh yeah, you are angry. Oh yeah, you're angry. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to go over to the island and freeze the damn lake.
People keep summoning the Froggermoth.
No, the kraken. The kraken in the lake.
The kraken is an amphibian
But it is
in Lake Erie.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on it.
All right.
I've been thinking about it.
Okay, so what does that do? Overshort?
Yeah. Spend slow. You burn, take it 10 plus on working about. Which does.
It basically changes the environment in some significant way.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if this will permanently keep it at bay, but
yeah, but okay. So on a hit, I am reshaping my environment. Right, I'm going to freeze. No, no, like I'm going to freeze as much of the lake as I can, starting from the bottom.
as much as you can or as thick down as you can.
As much area or density. Density.
That's
just
a fun idea.
Just like going off of a general ping of where the damn ground is.
Well, it's coming to the island, so if you go out from the island and make it thick and make it annoying enough that it would have to get through that to get here.
Yeah. You need therapy, which I cannot provide. But I can stop the night terrors by freezing them.
I cannot deal with.
I cannot give you therapy, but I can deep freeze your night terrors. God, I could do that too.
Fireboy just blasted a random water guy. And then the water guy disappeared.
What is Fireman doing now? Fighting fires.
He is still going to be focused on you, so it looks like he's winding up for another blast.
Can I try to distract him?
You could. I don't know. What's that one?
The distracting one? Are you watching closely? When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior. On a hit, they are fooled at least on 10 plus choose 3. On a 7 and 9 choose 2. Yeah. You get an opportunity, you expose a weakness or a flaw, you confuse them for some time, you avoid further entanglement. On a miss, you're hopelessly embroiled in it and under pressure market conditions.
You might be able to do Good news, yes, you can probably lead him to do something unintentional with his blast. The downside is it's a hopelessly damaging blast, and you're very likely going to cause a bunch more damage to the city.
Because I think he's the more dangerous of the
But if you can get him firing at you and you can get up into the air, he's not going to be shooting at anything, and you might expose a weakness or flaw, which would give her an opportunity.
That's what I was thinking, is like, he's the more dangerous of the two. I'm not really worried about David over there getting away, because he doesn't seem... He's not being as openly destructive.
No, David is running. He is flat out leaving the scene.
Yeah. And I think she's more worried about getting this guy in custody, who's, like, actually causing, like, physical damage to surroundings, to people, like, actually is a hazard. He seems the bigger threat right now.
Okay. Then give me the are you watching closely? Get up into the air and see if you can draw his fire, and that'll maybe create an opening where Charlie can do something to him.
7.
Plus your...
7.
Plus 7, okay.
I just thought if I said it differently, it might be more fun.
When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior. On a hit their fool, at least for the moment, choose 2.
Yes. I think, would me avoiding further entanglement me be, like, dodging around his fire blast and, like, whatever, and, like, not getting hit?
I think it's, you don't make the situation any worse.
Okay.
Yes. With the fire and everything like that. So that would be a good one. Getting up in the air kind of works for that.
So I'm going to say I expose a weakness or a flaw, and I avoid further entanglement. I'm doing it for like, Calamity to take advantage of.
Okay.
Like, I'm drawing his fire right now.
Yep.
Which is what I want to be doing.
Okay. No, good. Yeah, get an opportunity would be something that you could do that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do in this situation.
That's what I was thinking, is, like, that's for me, and this is for somebody else.
Okay. So
I think exposing weakness or flaw and avoiding further entanglement. So she's probably, like, you know, zooming up and around and probably taunting him a little bit. It's like, my, you seem to have quite intense anger issues. Let me try to therapy you real quick. So was it mommy issues? Daddy issues? Did a parent die? Did somebody leave you? Did a girlfriend break up with you? Oh, I think I've got this. Foster care. No, okay.
the foster care. Stop it on foster care, because that's a really good place to do it, foster care, and the fire blast, everything like that. Drop him in a portal hole.
A weakness or a flaw. He's standing still.
Well, he's actually channeling somewhat. I mean, he doesn't move and fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose he probably could, but not the way he's doing it right now, because he's literally just wants to burn you out of the sky.
Yeah.
You have made him anger.
Right.
What do you think? It'd be a freak roll, not a directly engage.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so where is he?
He's in the park, but he's like, and he's not even looking at you whatsoever. He's just blasting up it.
She's up in the air.
And she's spiraling around and basically.
Could I portal him into the lake?
You could absolutely portal him
The
in.
lake uses any problem.
You could portal him into the big lake. You could drop him into Lake Erie. You could drop him under Lake Erie. You have been under Lake Erie, so you probably couldn't do that. But you could drop him over Lake Erie.
I mean, if you unleash your powers.
Isn't Lake Erie being like from the...
Yeah.
That would. I don't know that.
No, right. Yeah, you don't know that. You want to end this quickly.
Dawkins.
Dawkins.
Me another toothpaste.
Like a teacher on the fundraiser suite.
Because this guy doesn't move like Felinus. You can drop a portal under him. He's gonna fucking fall through.
Right.
If you can,
Not fail my.
if you cannot fail your roll. Although I know why it wouldn't work if you do fail your roll, because he's also putting out a absolutely obscene amount of energy. And energy interacts with your portal in interesting and possibly feedbacky ways.
Yeah, I think I'll probably drop him in Lake Erie then.
I love it. Give me a freak roll. Freak roll.
Okay.
What is
That is Snake Eye.
Really?
Yeah, market potential.
God, I can't even get you out of that. Like the good news is, he totally falls through the portal.
No. Right, that's good news. Sure.
When you roll Snake Eyes, and the GM's like, okay, so what you want to have happen, it happens exactly the way you want it to happen. None of that is good. So I wasn't joking. It's like he's fire, but he's not like how Ember was fire. He is not projecting fire the way Ember did. He is opening a gate to flame.
Oh, he's opening the gate to hell. That's.
I mean, his name is Ambient. So. What was that? So fucking cool.
Portal. So he's technically kind of a portal.
So He drops into your portal while he's still firing. Whatever. He's doing his thing. He drops into the portal. So we've got a portal loop feedback situation happening.
Shit.
I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have you take powerful blow. Naturally. But then we're going to have some
fuck shittery happening.
fuck shittery? Really?
Okay.
Also, did you level yet? Because you rolled so, like, how many
It's like 3 times.
I'm one away from digging.
even after the snake eyes?
Yep.
Super. What'd you roll on your
8.
What? You know how many conditions?
No, that's with my conditions. I mean 9. I counted good. It's fine.
So take a powerful blow. Let me think here. You can lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to pull her action and take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on them. You give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity. Shops. Take 2 conditions as always.
I know. I'm looking at it. It's fucking
And then let me tell you. Okay. So I need your sheet.
Yeah, isn't there another person here, fucking Taro?
Oh, she did her. She's not.
Oh, she just went and then left.
She tried to get Megantic. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And she just went, well, that didn't work.
Well, you're not. She's really not your main problem right now. Okay, so.
Great. Glad to hear it.
When your portals interact, you get a series of, like, flashes, mental flashes, that are like, this, like, the sound effect of, like, and.
So you know they're important.
And they're not memories from the future. They're not studies that you did. You are seeing something from a time as it was happening in that timeline. Not, you know how you've had a couple of places where it's been like, you remember, like the boat, you remember something else happening with the boat, like this is where the fog first came out, like you remember
it's being like multiverse.
Except it's not, that isn't what happened. And it isn't what happened in your future, but you remember it like it was something that could have happened, except it didn't. You're getting him on the street, him getting grabbed by these masked, suited, like blacks. One I got it. It doesn't matter, but like riot gear, but all in black with like a helmet and a face thing. I'll get you a picture. I've got one that's exactly what I want for these guys. Him getting grabbed, him like on kind of like like he's like attached to like this big metal ring. And then him getting these things like almost, you know, like the power immobilizing cuffs kind of thing that cover your entire hands. But that's good, and they're weird techie looking things. And then there's this shot of him inside of a big constructed space, and I don't want to, not warehouse, think like the inside of a sort of like inside of a factory, except it doesn't look like, if the factory was grown and if it was built way too big, nothing is to scale for people, way too large for that. And he's sort of mounted to this, and he is screaming, and fire is pouring out of his arms and his legs and his eyes, his mouth, and it's all going up into these like metallic pseudopod things that are drawing the juice out of him. And as this is happening, everything in this space is starting to light up.
But this isn't our timeline, that's his.
It is a timeline that you are seeing.
Not necessarily his, you know. No. What kind of Greek mythology?
Is there a label on there for the battery? Like,
Write him down as the martyr.
no way! We cannot let him get away for his own safety.
And then he shorts out the portal, and the portal collapses.
No.
Yeah, she portaled him to go away.
Okay, I am.
Fuck, where did I put him? Shit!
Yeah. Oh, wait.
No, wait. Now,
wait, I still need to
based on all that,
resolve my.
What did you take as your result from that?
I'm putting the struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Guilty. And holy fuck.
Guilty. Holy fuck. And afraid. Yeah, fair. And then I'm gonna go get the fire guy that I just dropped in the water.
I realize that he's not going to be super receptive to me.
To find this guy.
So you're flying.
Yeah.
Fire everywhere. She drops the portal under him. There's this weird swirling, like the fire kind of like, okay, so the portal opens and it's sort of like a tunnel, and the fire kind of pulls into the portal and like wreathes through the tunnel as he's falling down into it, and you see, because you got the whole, you did that power signature around her body that you drew for it. The fire kind of feeds back to her. You see Charlie's eyes like light up orange while she's doing the whole portal thing. And then the portal snaps up. She goes, and there's this like moment of silence, and you're like, and as you're starting to go, yeah, she's like, oh damn, oh my god, no, and she portals.
She's like looking around,
like she does exactly what she's supposed to do. It totally works. And then she's like, oh fuck no.
And so she's now checking around everything.
Just need to remember, I have a +1 ongoing to act. If was this the guy that this is the first appearance, I have a +1 ongoing to act on him.
Okay.
So
you have that's not ongoing. It's a +1. Well, yeah, no, he's on it.
Yeah, it's a +1 ongoing to act on the instinct.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for what just happened?
It's nothing. It just means that she portaled away after him out to the freezing lake area.
Okay.
Why do we keep reenacting scenes with Zuko from Last Airbender? I don't understand this. Like,
I was thinking of like the rainbow, like fire swirl as they're like with the dragon.
I was thinking of Zuko on the ice.
I mean, that's true too. When Kieran is fighting someone, I feel like he should go before me on looking around for people.
Are you fighting someone?
Yeah, he's fighting.
He did a truck.
Yeah. But you are still currently engaging, or are you just letting Legend handle it?
I don't know what else to do. He did a truck.
Yeah. There's a lot of banging and ripping and tearing happening inside the truck, but so far the truck is holding on.
A fucking truck with
It is not trying to get out.
Oh, he wants to be with.
No, he's ripping open supply closets. Then there's an explosion.
Goddamn crappy bitch.
Well, Initiative has all the best toys, and he just triggered like 8 of them. So I'm going to have...
Trapped him in the initiative closet. Fuck.
We trapped him. Where? In the every Initiative... Whoa. No.
Yeah, we need to go.
No.
You could have the death by my face.
Like, I'm going to repeat my previous statement. Kieran should go before I go.
Yes. Do you want to duck
Do you want
and
to
be okay with Cleona, or try to protect all of the people?
I want to protect Agent Delaney.
We got it. King.
Sweet, that's actually so sweet though.
Fair enough.
You're like, fuck everyone else.
I guess...
There's a lot of human initiative people here. So did you ever watch well, there's a couple different examples of this, but did you watch the prequel Star Wars?
Yes.
A long time, but
yes.
There's a bit in there where they're being chased by it's Jango Fett, it's Boba Fett's dad, right? And he's dropping those kind of depth charges in the asteroid, and they have that it's sort of like a silvery bubble that kind of bursts out.
Yes.
I want you to imagine that happening from the van. Okay? So that's what's going... There's a lot you can do to deal with that, like literally physically reinforcing the van, throwing more cars on top of it, using some, grabbing a street pole and sweeping everybody out of the way. Legend's going to be fun. He's going to be thrown through a building the way the Hulk would be, but he's going to be fun.
That's just a stat for him.
But you can absolutely roll to defend and figure out how that's going to go.
I have an idea. Just sweep every car I can and try and...
Or you could you have... The van is there. You can just shove the van as far as you... But the problem with that is there's a lot of buildings around here. There's going to be damage regardless. Now, generally speaking, when Initiative shows up and there's been a fight in the street and stuff like that, most people have cleared the fuck out of here. You don't have to worry about there's nobody just wandering around with, a baby carriage. There's not a thing. Potential damage, obviously, potentially bad. Grabbing a bunch of cars to do what now? Say again?
I just wanted to, pile them onto the van.
Door? Yeah, it's a defend roll. It's a saviors. Do you have, what is...
No breathing.
Your saviors are -1. And you don't have any...
I don't know that I can type that song, but I know.
You don't have any computer, so it's a -1. Now, Legend could theoretically give you roll a team to help you, because he's in the area.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
Yeah, we gotta come up with a better way to communicate than texting.
Yes.
But I have a plan.
Oh, okay.
So, But yeah, go ahead and roll. I mean, it's better than nothing. Ugh. Protect Agent Delaney or maintain control of Cleona.
Oh, you know what? We got Cleona once. We can do anything.
I want to protect. Yeah, I want to protect it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Huge.
Shit.
Even though she tried to arrest you. But...
Okay, take a powerful blow as you shield her with your body.
Oh, you are a good guy.
6.
That's good.
Hey.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So that's huge potential because you rolled the 5 and the 6. So yeah, take a powerful blow is great rolling low because it means you weathered it. So how do you protect you and Agent Delaney from the blast itself? Like, what do you? Because it's basically you and her. You're gonna be able to protect in this situation. It's not a defend. It's how you're doing it, and you're choosing to protect Agent Delaney.
And I'm losing control of Cleona.
You're losing control of Cleona.
So I'm thinking I'm just
Taking the medal.
all the medals
Oh, that
And you just kind of put it around. Yeah. Kind of like the maneuver you did with the kid.
kids. Yeah, I think it's like flashback. And flashback is
That's just like
And-
your instinct. Yeah. Oh, because it shows
And
your
like-
instinct
and
that you are a good person.
another car bomb.
Oh. Y'all, we needed like it's not even a group therapy.
Why am I here? I don't have to fucking guys. You just do it to yourself.
Oh my God!
Didn't set this. Wait, did you set this one?
Yeah, he was the one who put the fucking ammunition closet on the weapon master.
To be fair, that's
It's Starbucks.
he grabbed the van. He needed to wreck something. The van happens to have a lot of call it
I just
metahuman immobilizing and neutralizing equipment.
I imagine from what's his name? Why can't I ever remember his name?
The Linus.
Linus' perspective, he's like, nah, like all angry, and then a truck or a van gets put on it, and he's like, what is this? And then
No, he knew. The
like-
thing is, you think about how fast he weaponizes things. You drop a van on that, he's been briefed on what's in an initiative van.
Well, no.
He knows he doesn't just rip indiscriminately. He knew which closet to
that's
go to.
no, that's what I'm saying. He's like, girl, and then the van, and he's like, well, ah.
He starts to show up and stops because he's like, I have a better option than just getting out of the van because there's toys in here. Now, to be fair, his initial plan was acquire toys, then tip over van, use toys, and it's like, okay, I'm not tipping it over because
Big man.
Saskatchewan assholes on top of me over here. Gonna be the kind of guy who looks like a lumberjack. It's like,
Yeah.
you could
There's
fit
a lot
all
of
that.
those type of men in Saskatchewan.
Yeah. I'd feel worse, but you immobilized yourself with this guy. Basically, Megantic manages to hold the lake sort of impassable long enough for Grant to give up on summoning the thing.
Which, like, keep that in your back pocket for later. Just in case.
Summon the Leviathan. Sure. Keep that one in your back.
In case there's a threat bigger than flooding the entire city. Yeah, who knows? You never know.
Where
We had an alien invasion.
wish you hadn't flooded the city, but on balance, you still did okay. What brings you back?
I feel like I see that Grant like freaking out. Can I pull a try to comfort and support my bestie?
Actually, you don't really have to roll for this. If you want to cover it or you don't need to roll dice in this case anyway.
Nova, and I always take I'm first. I'm like just gonna I'm just gonna comfort him. And because like I realized that like we're both just kind of getting each other worked up.
Like you have going back to the memories that you have of all these things. Like yes, he did all of those things for you, but at the same time, he's doing them instinctively, and you don't necessarily want to super examine this, but he may not have really known. I mean, yeah, is he very smart? Sure. Was he actually ever doing any of this, or was he doing what you wanted him to do? Were you fixing yourself by making him do the stuff that would fix you? Is he providing the math answer because you actually knew and you just blocked yourself into convincing yourself you were stupid, but you did have the answer, so he figured out what the answer was because you knew it and then showed you what it was?
Yes.
What? That is not shit right now.
Like,
Your frog is your mirror.
he's not,
He's an extension.
He's not my
So,
and you're starting to see that, like, he's his own thing, more so now than he was before, but before, I mean, yes, the pet provides comfort, but part of the reason the pet provides comfort is because you create a connection with the pet that allows that connection to be comforting to you. It helps you because you let it help you. It helps you because you want it to help you. You made him the answer for every good thing that could happen to you, and then he did them because he was the only one that could.
Yeah, he's the only one there.
It's still kind of you doing it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the realization that you get is like, if that's true, then you can help him.
Self-care, folks. And you can do anything because self-determination says so.
I don't know about anything. I mean, you can summon the Leviathan, apparently. So you managed to get him to stop pulsing.
Yeah.
It's actually croaking, pulsing.
Yeah.
I think they actually call it pulsing when he does the thing. Anyway, I think we're gonna stop there. It's 11.
We did my love letter.
I didn't need it. I wanted you to prep it. I didn't know if it was going to be time, and I want to hear about it, but we're not going to do it right now. This wasn't necessarily part of that.
Are Halo and Uriel still there?
Oh,
good. I'm ready to roll this.
I mean, you're going to have to help them regain consciousness first.
Oh, I will. I will do anything if it means I get to see the look on Halo's face when I go, oh, the bad guys supposed to be. Not just one bad guy, but multiple.
You were out of your depths, it seems. And
we're going to probably do a little short, and I mean, not your kind of, but a short time skip to kind of like go, hey, it's been 3 days. Here's what's been going on. Realizing you're trying to chase down Fireboy, but that'll be.
I think what she does is take a picture with the unconscious people.
Yeah.
And goes, so glad I was able to help these two out. And then she tagged Rumble. Wait, stop. That's hilarious.
Another win for Chris.
And then she uses like a personalized emoji that they added to the iPhone, like, you know, like, or like to like for.
Is there? Does the guy get a selfie with you? An Aussie?
Yeah, an Aussie. Yeah, we take an Aussie.
The guy who was filming you this whole time?
Yeah.
But seriously, an ex? Like, what is his deal?
I don't want to reward this behavior, but I look really cute right now. I'm.
You do.
Yeah, the heat really like adds like some texture to.
I think it's like because it interacts with the snow. It's like a
steamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seriously,
you look amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I know. Thank you. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You would look better if you were farther away from your danger. I gotta reiterate that for your own safety. I love you, but you need to be aware.
Somewhere that's else.
Yes. You're getting it.
Okay. Brooklyn. Closer to the team, further away from the team, more on the image yourself.
More intimate. Image of yourself.
Drama.
Change. One of your labels goes up, one of them goes down. You decide what they are. Kieran.
More on my own image.
Okay.
Savior up.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
Oh, change it down. Love that.
I'm moving mundane up.
Got tired of the savior being a -1, didn't it? Yeah, I can understand that.
And I'm going to move.
Your which what?
So mundane up.
Mundane up.
Breakdown.
Breakdown. Boop, boop, breakdown.
So now everything is at a 1
except
for superior.
I'm going to keep right on chugging with that train. I think Chris is also growing her own image of herself. She's going to put her freak up and her danger down. She feels freaky.
Your freak is a 3 now?
My freak is a 2. My danger is a 1.
Okay, so freak. Okay, so
danger is 1. Freak is 2. Savior is 1. Superior and mundane are both 0.
Okay, looks right.
And no, it doesn't. Everything needs to be higher, but it's getting there. Charlie's going to do the same.
Everybody
so self-sufficient.
Self-centered.
It's so crazy.
Sufficient.
And it's so crazy what PTSD flashbacks do to a person's.
I kind of like those for love letters. That was
smart.
There was some delving.
Yeah. We all thought about it.
I would like. Actually, so here's what I would like for your thing. Put it in the game chat, like a little thing of like where you like the little 3 or 4 little moment things that you've gone and done with Noah.
Yeah, I have the ages picked out. I don't have the fights really. I was not gonna really. Ferris wheel. I don't know why, but I feel like I've only met him once. I feel like that kind of creepy. Just like show up at his house. Me?
No, he's always at the
Carnival downtown.
Okay.
He's always at the park when you look for him.
Got it.
You could leave him like little notes.
Wait, are we not talking about that? He's always at the park whenever you're looking for him.
I have this weird connection with the park.
It's
Like,
years difference.
hey,
Years difference, and he is always at the same.
I stopped asking questions a while
He hangs out there in hopes that she shows up that time.
That's
actually really rad. I'm moving Superior up because I figured stuff out.
You moved Superior up? Yeah.
Because I figured some stuff out.
Yeah.
And
Why did we also say? Okay, wait. Okay, so sorry. Superior up to 3?
Mhm.
Holy shit. Okay.
and mundane down.
Shocking.
No, because because she's not feeling very human right
And
now.
a martyr.
Wait, please tell me that that's not the same person.
No.
Okay, that for a moment.
All right.
Wait, what?
I like the Fire Boy's the martyr. I was not what I was expecting. I had to fucking scramble.
I wasn't expecting.
I was expecting. In fact, the important person showing up tonight was meant to be somebody else entirely, who we didn't get to see.
Who didn't even show up.
Didn't even show. Not there. He's in the background trying to manipulate all y'all, but that's like trying to fucking teach cats to read.
Oh, was that David?
No.
No. Wow.
Trying to get you all to just stick to a fucking
Oh my
script
God.
and promote manipulation.
Wait, this
Not
whole
working for this
thing
guy.
goes way deeper than I thought. The fact that there's another portal guy.
He's not a
But
he's not a portal guy the way you're a portal guy.
But it's like that there's he's like a gate.
Yes.
He's like a gate.
Calling him a gate is pretty accurate.
That's so fucking cool.
That is being used again. Like, if I'm understanding it correctly.
He was being used to power something.
Right.
It's using a person as an object and then just keeping that massive energy flow open all the time.
But that mixed with he could be
Well,
powering the
thing is,
alien ship. He could be powering the anything that caused the gas. Yeah, the end of the world. You know, it's just like,
you're welcome.
yeah, thanks. It's so scary.
Hey, this was cool. I gotta get all you guys in the same place. I like Sean's little guest appearance also.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm so glad that we were all able to play in the same spot. And make sure that you put trigger warnings in the description.
Oh, yeah.